It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Broncos and the Niners, and it's coming up next.
Well, the onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis to my left, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and CD, it's a good time to be a 49er fan. The roster is loaded, stars on both sides of the ball. The time seems like it's now. Aside from health, what needs to happen for the Niners to make a Super Bowl run?
Well, if you're a team trying to play them, you're always trying to figure out, how do I slow down an offense that seems to morph and change from week to week and attack defense's weaknesses? And then on the other side, how are you going to block those pass rushers? How are you going to block those guys who get after the quarterback on every snap? Good luck. This is a loaded 49ers team.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Broncos, they're hoping to get this offense on track in year 2 under Russell Wilson. Charles, I wouldn't have believed this. They were the lowest scoring league last year, just 16.9 points per game.
And that means you have to change things up, and they certainly have. We talk about operating under new management. This team certainly is. I expect to really rise. And Russell Wilson, I think we'll see more of the Russell Wilson we've seen in the past.
This is Samuel. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here's the Pro Bowler, Christian McCaffrey. And bulldozing his way through. And they're going to get this beyond the 30 before it's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A-gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory, right at the 40. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 49 yards there, a big one. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What, does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the... And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Deebo Samuel punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive. And
just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said, better team at home should steamroll them. And we've seen it go the other way. Sometimes, though, they buy into it and understand we are the better team. Let's go out and prove it right now.
Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Well, the Broncos offense gets set to go to work, and at the helm in his 2nd season wearing orange and blue, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson's mix of skills, the ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. We'll see what kind of mindset they hear offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will take over with a football just outside of the 10 at the 12-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands. And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender. Shoves him aside. Still moving. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. A 12-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. You can talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there. And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for life. But he's able to get out a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball. The extra point try now for Moody. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. Good-size hole here, and a good-size hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down. But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So for this defense, a tall order ahead trying to defend against Russell Wilson. Charles, your keys for how they might go about keeping him in check? Well, before we even get to the keys, let's start with the problems he presents because he feels pressure so well. He's got a great sixth sense, maybe even a 7th and 8th. He knows where the pressure's coming from. He knows how to slide away from it, sometimes run away from it, and then he finds good throwing lanes to deliver downfield. So to me, it's that pressure inside, big, tall guys to make him try and throw over them and make his height work against him. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Wilson. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we? We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot better. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Ray McLeod deep here for the Niners. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them. They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Purdy. That's going to be caught by Samuel. Shifts past him at the 45. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Taking a shot for Samuel. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Purdy looking to throw. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerome Jennings, 49 yards, and a 43-touchdown lead. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history ever come back.
Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33 as they've got it as we resume action. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. For a 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Again, Wilson. Quickly into the hands of Mims. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The 71 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
That's the type of impact play you expect from McCaffrey, the comeback player of the year runner-up in 2022. Despite a midseason trade, put up almost 1,900 all-purpose yards and also made his second Pro Bowl.
Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I keep going back to him.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He gets away from one. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners continue to pull away here in this first half. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
Good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Broncos coming out now. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. More than one defender. That's a loss of 5 on the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Here's Wilson to throw. On the slant, completes to Sutton.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now the 3rd-year man back and healthy. It's Javonte Williams. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And problem spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Good returns on the last drive. He hit the end zone for the 2nd time. Good returns in this first half, really.
Yeah, good returns for his team. Really good returns for the guy. You know where I'm
fantasy
going. Darn right. Those fantasy guys who have him on their team, they're rejoicing right now, and they have a high expectation that what they've seen already will continue.
More. You talk about fantasy a lot, but you don't. Why don't you just play? You don't.
I'm not good enough to play the fantasy game.
Stop it.
I enjoy watching
You're an analyst. You're an expert.
I mean, you were a champ last year. Keep it up. 5th place. Okay. Well, that's a champ in my book.
That one good for 26 and a first down. Now Purdy. And he will find his man Samuel. As inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Moody for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend.